Alright, so again heading towards Gangtok via the same Timitarku road. Last time I had shot that road at night, so today I will be shooting in the daytime. Hopefully we will see cherry blossom trees on the way. So sit back and enjoy. I have a problem. I don't know whether it's a problem or not, but even if it happens like when you start the car for the first time, or in sense every ignition cycle, somewhat, it seems like, you know, hot air is leaking from the air vent, and if you turn on the blower and turn it off, it goes away. So I don't know why is that. Is it a genuine leak, or I don't know, was it designed? I don't think it was designed in such a way that, you know, it will leak out hot airs. There's something I need to show. So we have reached so you go Sandrupche from here. Sandrupche, I believe, is the second highest Guru Padma Sambhava statue in the world. The wind is quite chilly, but it's like a very refreshing one. And here comes the dusty part. So there was a landslide during monsoon season. And to talk about Thar Roxx, it kind of got into me because of the design elements, especially because of that nostalgic feeling of Jeeps back then, because even my dad used to own one, and I wanted to connect with that feeling. So that was one of the major reason because the previous Thar, you know, it was not practical, right? So, and it's not that I will be owning 2-3 cars, so most of it one car, and which should be like one car for all, right? For family, for your own satisfaction. So that is when Thar Roxx came in, and I was immediately drawn into it. So I had been following its spy shots like anything. And finally the day came when it got launched, which was 2025 Independence Day. And I was like, still okay, this is something, and I was waiting for the reviews and all those things, but thankfully I got to own one, and I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it. But still, see, what you perceive and what's the reality is totally different, right? So one thing I immediately got the difference was the body movement, because before this I was riding XUV 300, which is a monocoque design car. So you will immediately feel that if you have been used to monocoque cars, you will immediately feel the way it shakes, right? Especially in bad roads. So that is something which I was not happy with, even though Mahindra is telling that, you know, it has that glide feature, right? M glide platform. But still, I believe Mahindra did most of its testing either on good roads like this or pure off-road. The in-between place, right? So the in-between where even in the patches of the road are not good, right? So those are the places where the road is not proper off-road, but you know, bad roads. So those are the places where Thar Roxx will move you like anything. So that is one complaint that I have, and I am waiting for any good suspension upgrades that is specifically made for Thar Roxx. I saw there was one, but I don't know, it's out of stock. I forgot the name, which seems to be the cheapest or the most economical, or the starting range of suspension upgrades. It was costing around 45 to 50,000, and but when I got into the details, they've designed specially for rear wheel drive, not 4x4. So let's see, hopefully they make one for 4x4 Thar Roxx as well. And so that's one complaint that I have, and that's the major one, because see, the main concept behind making a 5-door Thar was so that it could be family oriented, right? But your family will not be happy when the Thar Roxx is in bad roads. So it's like contradicting, right? So I don't know, Mahindra needs to do the testing. I know they might have had a good balance between off-road capability and comfort, but still I think that's their point, that there's one point where they need to enhance or upgrade Thar Roxx in that category, right? Apart from that, I'm really happy with the car's performance. The power is amazing. The first service was good. There was nothing much that needed check, and but based on Motor Inc.'s advice, right? So I'd seen their video as to, you know, what to do when you get a new car. So I was watching that video, and they advise that, you know, it's not recommended actually, but if you change your engine oil in the first service, it's like you are trying to eliminate that 0.01% chances of debris inside your engine, right? So because when your engine is breaking in the initial stage, there could be that's what they told. Okay, I'm not an expert in this case, but they're telling that if you fall into that category where you don't want to take any chances, so that's when you change the engine oil as well. And I took that advice and I changed the engine oil. Apart from that, they're just cleaning the air filters, they're just checking the nuts and bolts, they're tightening it. Overall it was fine. The wind is quite chilly. So that's that. So overall experience is good. So, and one tweak that I did to negate the body movement is I lowered the tire pressure. So recommended was 30 psi. I dropped it down to 28 psi, and that's made a I would not say it's a significant difference, but yeah, there is a difference. And so Thar Roxx you will enjoy, especially when your car is packed. That's when you have a bit of weight on your car and the suspension reacts in a different manner when your Thar Roxx is loaded. So that's there. See, in good roads it's amazing. I didn't find any body roll in curves, not that much. It's planted properly, it's not very unsettling. And see, overall it's a very good car. Apart from that, yes, so there are a few accessories that I think are a must, which you can't do without. And the first thing, the major one I believe, which I noticed immediately when I drove the car, was your knee that hits over here. I have put this accessory, but before this your knee will definitely be resting over here, and you will feel that. And that's the one accessory that I installed. This is from Mahindra, and everything is good about this. Only thing is the cost, right? It costs around, I'm not exactly sure, around I'll put down the cost over there. It costs you around, I think 2,500 to 3,000, between that range, which I believe is costly for this accessories, this particular one. Because see, if you see, this is just here and here, that's it. I searched all over the internet and this was the only good option that was there. In this is the only option especially for this accessory, right? So I got this and it is doing its job. You will feel that, you know, this is doing, or this is worth it, right? So this is one which I feel every Thar Roxx owner should be getting it. The other one is mud flaps, definitely. But apart from mud flaps, there are two I don't know, side flaps, a side flap or something. They mention it in that manner. So that is the gap that is there between the side rail and your what do you say, the fender on your tire. So that gap also needs an accessory, because what happens is so see, basically when you're in Thar Roxx, you want to be riding a little bit worry-free in the bad roads, slushy roads, right? So, and what happens is those slush, those water muds will seep in through that gap, and it will make your car dirty like anything, especially your side profile. So those two things are, I believe, is the must. So those three things, especially, see, apart from that, you can do n number of things to your Thar Roxx, but these three things are the ones which is a must. Oh yes, there's one more. You need to buy a memory card, right? A 32 GB one. Why? Because this car has a functionality of recording your like our dash cam, right? It records with all 4 cameras. You need to, but the thing is, they don't give you the memory card, right? So you need to insert that memory card, and it will, you'll format it, and it will start recording your drive videos. So especially it might be helpful in emergency situation. If you don't want to specifically install a dash cam, that's a good option. And 30, see, people are installing 64 GB as well, but I found 32 GB is much more than enough, because you're not using that video for anything else apart from any emergency situation, right? So if you put in 64 GB, it will just slow your it will just slow the application down, because you'll have much more data to handle. And 32 GB also handles properly. It will store around, I think, a week's worth of video. So that's more than enough, right? So that's also one thing. But what I didn't understand is they have put that memory card slot in a place where it's really difficult for you to insert that. So maybe some people will not install it because of the difficulty of putting that in the slot. So I don't know, if you have a functionality, why not let people use it easily, right? But still, at least they have that feature. You can do that if you want. So today it's a bit cloudy day, or else we would have seen mountains on that side of the hill. So if you see, you're seeing those cherry blossoms, right? So this is November season, and in Timiti Garden, I think the cherry blossom festival is around this month. You can see the cherry blossom trees, right? So we are now in the periphery of Timiti Garden. We are entering the garden now, and it's a really scenic tea garden. I think, yeah, they've started installing stalls, so the festival is coming nearby. People from Gujarat have come up. So I was just reading about this tea garden, and it seems it was the idea of the last king of Sikkim to set up this tea garden to help the Tibetan immigrants who had come from China, and so that, you know, they can sustain themselves once they are over here. And so initially it was planned in Rabangla. So that's where they had initially planned to set up this tea garden, but I believe due to the cold weather over there, it was not a success. So it finally came down to this place, and And the tea, right, when they initially did a setup, it was done by some British babu, and it seems the initial shrubs were brought in from Darjeeling itself, and the first tea plucking off, they had done a plucking off about 100 kilos, and that was gifted to all the VIPs at that time. And now it's a state-owned, well-sustaining tea garden, and the view is also breathtaking. Let me see if I can get out and show you the view. I might not get out properly, but so look at this. This is the tea garden. It's not a very steep landscape as how it is in Darjeeling. It's kind of a good slope. I don't know. People are saying because of the heavy rainfall, the cherry blossoms are not blossoming as they are supposed to. So this is one part of it. Maybe I'll show you the other part as well. Maybe I stopped in the wrong place. This was not a vantage point, I believe. Looks like they've opened a zip line as well. This is a newly set up somewhere over there. All these trees are cherry blossom, but they have not blossomed to their full potential. So down here is the factory. So there are lots of canteens set up over here for tourists. This is your tea factory, the gate. This is the tea factory. This was established in 1969. And I googled it, and it was, you know, mentioning that the workers over here are also kind of happy with their wages, and it's, you know, a very successful state-owned tea factory, which rarely or happens, but it's, as you know, right, the situation right now, and this is somewhat good to know that, you know, there could be things where the government-owned things can be run properly by satisfying your employees. And the roads are amazing over here. Also, I was planning to install this Roger from Roger, I believe, the suspension. I don't know those things. I don't know what you call that, but that's the. What they are claiming is it will reduce the body roll. All these issues that I was talking about in Thar Roxx. It looks like it's going to solve it. So maybe I'll try it. And one of the YouTuber had mentioned that he tried it, he didn't like it, or it was not fit for his car. So the best thing was their policy of no question asked return is really good. So they will, if you don't like it, they will just refund your money and they'll take back the product. So looks like it's a like I don't have to lose anything, right? Even if I want to try that. So let's see. I will want to try that. I want to try that. Sorry. So if I try that, I'll let you know how it goes, if it solves my problem. The voice commands are somewhat helpful, but okay, you saw that, right? So it's a false alarm that it's showing that, you know, there's a collision ahead. It does sometimes, especially in turns. But I'm still keeping that feature because the false negative alerts that it's giving is very less. Because sometimes, right, you get distracted when you're with your kids, with your family, and there might be car ahead. So there are two settings. One is just alerting you. The other one is it will apply emergency brake. So I have not kept the braking part, only the alert. So what it does is it vibrates your steering wheel and that chime, that sound alert. So that's more than enough for you to get your attention back to the car or something that's ahead of you. You'll really enjoy even bike rides in this road because of the twisties, right? I actually wanted to show you guys the mountains, but unfortunately today was not a good day. So if you're new you know, at this place and driving yourself, the road signs are, you know, really well placed. So you can always check the road signs, because sometimes what happens is the curve will be somewhat like a U-turn, a hairpin curve, but you will not have thought that it will be that much of a curve, right? So following the road signs will be helpful. So we are entering the main bazaar area. Yes, today I wanted to try a new road. So this straight road takes you to the market, but seems there's one shortcut over here which I have been wanting to try for a long time, and today's the day. So let me try it out. So the beauty of Thar Roxx is you don't have the tension of how the roads will be, right? If you want to go to a particular road, you just go. That's one peace of mind that it gives to you, because the roads that I frequently travel, you know, they don't stay the way they are supposed to for a long time. Even if it's maintained, it gets bad very easily fast. I don't know why. Maybe because of the kind of soil that it's, because they maintain the roads that is there, but the problem is it keeps getting bad again and again. So see, XUV 300 also till date has never failed me, but still it's a front wheel drive, and there are times where even if the car is performing, but you still have that in the back of the mind that, you know, what if. So those kinds of things are all gone with Thar Roxx. But looks like the road is good only. I spoke too soon, I believe. यहाँ तल मेन रोड यहाँबाट निक्लिन्छ है सिधै हो ए लस So if you're new to ladder on frame and especially Thar Roxx, what I found out is, especially the suspension is tuned in such a way that there are kinds of bad roads, right, where there are not big potholes. In those kinds of roads, you need to ride fast, because in cases you tend to if you have families with you, you tend to protect the car so that it does not sway so much, right? But it's the opposite. But one thing is that there's a learning curve over there, so it's not like you will drive fast in every bad road that's there. Only some roads, so you need to gauge that. You need to learn to gauge that road where you can drive fast even if it's a bad one. So if you see here, here it's better if you ride fast in this kind of, or else if you ride slowly, it will be really unsettling. So even if you know how to ride a car, this is something that you need to learn. So this is what Thar does to you. Even though there is a good road, you would want to explore the uncharted areas, even if the roads are bad. So I think if I pass this now here, I can go a bit fast. Looks like there are tree cut downs happening over here. What I was thinking was, Mahindra should have kept with the same alloy design, but they should have kept the size to 18 inches. Probably that would have helped. तल मेन रोड निक्लिने यही हो बाटो? हजुर यही हो है? अलिक रफ छ बाटो। हुन्छ। So he's telling that, yeah, this is the road. I asked him because there was another road heading that way, so that's why I didn't want to get back again. So, but he was telling, the road is a bit rough, so be cautious. But I am in Thar Roxx, so that question is out. Like, it's out of the question that you are caring about how good or bad the roads are, if you have that mindset of exploring. See, I believe what Mahindra did while designing this is they thought that people will always have the mindset already that, okay, I am going to do off-road today. Because if you know that the roads are going to be bad and it will be unsettling, you will not complain about it, right? Because you are ready for it. But let's say you're just going on a family trip and you just want to enjoy the trip. So at that time, let me try the downhill. So at that time, you're not expecting to have a very unsettling ride, right? You just want to enjoy the trip. So that is where I believe they need to improve. Why not? I was thinking, why not? See, people are anyways putting up so much money, right? Because these kinds of cars are not bought out of necessity. This is like a want, not a need. So why not make a tunable suspension so that it's best of both worlds? Like, you can tune it according to how you will be driving this vehicle, because you are giving in so many gizmos over here, so many features. Why not one more which will appeal to, I know it will increase the cost, increase the price, but I guess people will be willing to pay that money. without any problem. The roads are okay, nothing very interesting about it. It's just that you are in the nature. So that is what I'm happy about my place. So you are always part of the nature, because I have stayed in the city as well, worked there, didn't like it. And I too am thinking of downgrading the alloy size to 18 once these tires are worn out, because I believe that will add to the ride quality. Because of the taller sidewall that you'll be getting, I think you'll get about an inch of sidewall increase in your tires. Because I'm positive that me decreasing the tire pressure by 2 psi is giving me a difference, not significant, but giving me a difference. Means if I do that, I would not say downgrade and upgrade to the right quality, but reduce in the alloy size. I believe that would be a better situation. So I'm thinking I will do that as well in the coming future. So right now if I shoot myself with a drone, I might be somewhere in between a dense jungle area. So that's what is the beauty of the hills. Especially Sikkim. What is this? Guard room. I think this is a school. Not so sure, because I once saw on the hilltop a school when I was traveling the other road, the main road. I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. This is not a school. Looks like some electric grid. think the distance might be shorter from this road, but it will take more time because of the road conditions. Because the main road, it's smooth, so I think people take this road only if some landslide fall down on that particular road area. Some creaking noise coming out from here. I don't know what that is. So I'll be oh, there's a piggery farm over here. So I'll be recording till we reach the end of this road. We are close by the main road because the road conditions have started improving. Not by that much, but still I can see the tarmac now. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but there is some sort of creaking noise coming from this area. Yes, I was correct. We have now connected back to the main. Back in the game. here comes the granddad of Thar Roxx. So with this ADAS feature, right? So it really does a good job of reading the signs, you know, where overtake, no, not allowed, or the speed limits. But I don't see it helping in any manner. In the sense, your eyes won't go there. If there was an HUD over here, probably that would have been more effective, because you will get to see that, okay, this is the road signs that has been that's showing up, right? Or else every time I'll have to look down there in the instrument cluster for that. So it's like half-baked kind of a thing. Because what's the point if the driver does not know that, you know, there was a speed limit or there was no overtake allowed? It might look like I'm most of the time cribbing about Thar Roxx, but see, Thar Roxx is such a car that it's made in such a beautiful manner that you will tend to go into the nitty-gritties as to, you know, because what happens is, if there's a car and there's major problems, you are mostly concerned with that, but this does not have that. So you will move to the next step where you will be checking the nitty-gritties of the car, right? So that's where I come in, telling this could have been there, this could have been there, because it's human nature of always wanting more. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but the power, right? Whenever you need it, it's there. I'm not sure about automatic, but manual, you always have the control of the gears with you, so you can always choose the gearing and push the throttle, and there you have the power. Body roll has been tuned really well. I don't see that much of a body roll for the car of this height. So in twisties is not a problem. Let me have an apple. With all the talking, my mouth is dry. This apple is my go-to snack during drive, because it does two things. One is it's like a snack, a healthy one, that too, and the other one is, to some extent, it quenches your thirst because it's very juicy. This apple had gone bad. Good that I saw the bad part before I put it in my mouth. And another good part about this is you can throw it outside because it's organic. It will degrade. So environment friendly as well. So one apple can tick so many things and good things. He's braking in the middle of the road. Either he's trying to stop or allowing me to go, but it's kind of confusing me. I'm not sure if my voice will be too audible because I'm using the mic on the camera itself, not an external mic. So if this is not good, then probably I'll have to get a mic as well. But I'm not sure if you guys will enjoy my talking. That I'm trying out new things because I was always fascinated by the POV shooting style, right? The point of view, because there will be lots and lots of people like me. Before having this car, you'd want to get a taste of it, right? And right now, in the age of the digital age, you can somewhat fool your brain with these kinds of videos where POV, so at least you get that vibe of how it might feel when you're driving the car, any car in that case, right? Or any kind of experience that you see. Because I used to enjoy watching a guy who just recorded videos of him walking in the streets, like streets of Japan, and he's just walking, and I used to enjoy that, you know, because you at least get a sense of what it might be like. that's why I try to keep it unedited. Like just so these kinds of roads is what I was talking about. So what I've noticed is, see, it's not like monocoque will not move you at all. It will move you, but it will settle back very fast. The case with this car is it will move, and it will move a little bit more before it settles. So like monocoque is like this, settle. Thar Roxx is like this, a little bit, and then settle. I'm not sure if other people have had it, but it happened to me only once. What I experienced was after not that long, after a drive, I felt like how you feel after you travel in trains, right? Like you feel that your body is moving. I got that kind of feeling once. I don't remember when, but yeah, I'm sure that I got that feeling. So maybe it was because of that jiggling piece. So now we are about to reach Singtam.